Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Now in this video we will going to study concept of mixed supply, composite supply, time, value and place of supply. Now let's begin with a composite supply. Section 2 subsection 30. A supply made by a taxable person to a recipient consisting of two or more taxable supplies which are naturally bundled and supplied in conjunction with each other in the ordinary course of business, one of which is a principal supply. Taxability. It is charged at the rate which is applicable to principal supply. Mixed supply Section 2 Section 74. A supply made by a taxable person to a recipient consisting of two or more taxable supplies which are deliberately bundled and supplied in conjunction with each other in the ordinary course of business for a single price consideration. Taxability. It is charged at the rate on supply which attracts the highest rate of tax within the consolidated packages. Composition Scheme Section 10. It is available to small taxpayers who have annual turnover of less than Rs 1.5 crore. For states like Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Uttarakhand, limit is up to Rs 75 lakh. Aggregate turnover. It includes taxable supply, exempt supply, zero-rated supply, and interstate supply, but exclude CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST, or cess and inward supply under RCM, which is reverse charge mechanism. Rules for composition scheme. Instead of tax invoice, issue bill of supply. Recipient cannot claim ITC on such supplies. Mention composition taxable person on every prominent place and bill. Should not be engaged in interstate outward supplies of goods, exempt supplies and services. He should not be e-commerce operator, casual taxable person, non-resident taxable person, or manufacturer of ice cream, pan masala, and tobacco. Now, the rates for the manufacturer is 1%, SGST is 0.5% and CGST is 0.5% on the turnover in the state or union territory. For restaurant service, it is 5%. For SGST 2.5% and CGST 2.5% on turnover in the state or union territory. For trader it is 1%, for SGST 0.5% and CGST 0.5% on the turnover of taxable supply in the state or union territories. Time of supply of goods under forward charge mechanism. Date of issue of invoice, due date for issue of invoice, date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. Due date of issue of invoice for movable supply on or before the time of removal, for immovable supply on or before the delivery, for continuous supply on or before issuance of statement of account, for sales on approval basis 6 months from the date of removal. Now date of receipt of payment, date of credit in bank account or date of record in books of account, whichever is earlier. Time of supply of goods under reverse charge mechanism. Date of receipt of goods or 30 days from date of invoice or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. For date of receipt of payment, date of credit in bank account or date of record in books of account, whichever is earlier. Time of supply of goods for vouchers. For identifiable vouchers, date of issue. For unidentifiable vouchers, date of redemption. For all other instances, due date for filing periodic return or date of payment of GST. Time of supply of services under forward charge mechanism. For invoice issued on time, date of invoice or date of receipt of payment. For invoice not issued on time, date of provision of service or date of receipt of payment. Note: Limit for issue of invoice is from 30 days from date of provision of service. Time of supply of service under reverse charge mechanism, 60 days from the date of invoice or date of receipt of payment. Time of supply of service for voucher. For identifiable voucher, date of issue. For unidentifiable voucher, date of redemption. Time of supply of service for all other instances. Due date of filing periodic return or date of payment of GST. Time of supply in case of change in rate of tax. First table is about when supplied before change in rate of tax. So here whatever is earlier will be counted. Now let's see if the receipt of payment is before the change in rate of tax and invoice is issued also before change in rate of tax, then whichever is earlier. If invoice is issued before rate change in rate of tax and receipt of payment is issued after change in rate of tax, then date of invoice. If invoice is issued after change in rate of tax and receipt of payment is before change in rate, then date of payment. If invoice is issued after change in rate of tax and receipt of payment is also after change in rate of tax, then whichever is earlier. Now second table is when supplied after change in rate of tax. Now whichever is later will be counted. Invoice issued before change in rate of tax, payment received before change in rate of tax, whichever is later. Also, if invoice issued after change in rate of tax and receipt of payment is before change in rate of tax, date of invoice will be taken. Invoice issued before change in rate of tax and receipt of payment is after change in rate of tax, then date of payment. If both are after, then whichever is later will be taken. Value of supply. As per section 15, it is a price on which GST is charged. It is a transaction value. Requisites. Price is paid or payable. Supplier and recipient are not related. Price is a sale consideration. Transaction value includes taxes other than GST, expense paid by recipient on behalf of supplier, incidental expenses, late fees, penalty and interest, subsidies given by third party other than government, discount if not given in the bill. Place of supply. Now, as per the nature of supply, place of supply is determined. For movable goods, it is destination of goods. For immovable goods, place of delivery. For bill to ship to transaction, place of business of such third person. Capital goods, place where goods are assembled or installed. Transport of goods or service on board, place where goods are taken on board. Import, location of importer. Export, location outside India, then location of recipient. Immovable property, location of immovable property or intent to be located. Renting house, hotel, etc., location of recipient. Admission to event or amusement park, location of event or park. Restaurant, catering, personal grooming, fitness, beauty and health services, location where services are actually performed. Organizing, training and performance appraisal, location of registered recipient. Courier, location of registered recipient. Passenger transportation in two-way journey. Return journey is considered as separate journey. Place where passenger embarks on convenience or location of registered person. Banking, financial, insurance, stock brokering services. Location of registered person or location of supplier. Telecommunication services. Fixed line, installation line of line, place of installation of line. Postpaid plan, billing address. Prepaid plan, distributor's address. Online recharge, location of recipient. In any case, if there is a registered recipient, then the location of such registered recipient will be concluded as place of supply. Thanks for watching my channel. Please like, subscribe comment and share my channel Extract 52.